Israel's security cabinet has approved plans for a military takeover of Gaza City, marking a major escalation in the country's war with Hamas. Prime Minister Netanyahu says his forces will continue to provide humanitarian aid ahead of the takeover, but critics say the plan will cost lives, with Britain's prime minister saying it will, quote, only bring more bloodshed. And for more on this, I want to bring in CBS News senior foreign correspondent Debora Patta. Debora, good morning. What's the reaction inside Israel to this announcement?
Good morning, Michael. Well, reaction has been fast and furious. Across Israel, thousands of protesters have voiced their rage, which saw some demonstrators, in fact, clashing with police. The families of hostages fear that Prime Minister Netanyahu's plan to eventually occupy the whole of Gaza could doom the fate of the 20 living captives. And they say it also disregards pleas not just from the families, but IDF warnings, public sentiment and lessons of past failures. Even some of the IDF's top brass, including the chief of staff, believe it could endanger the hostages and place pressure on already overstretched and exhausted troops. Now, families in particular fear a repeat of last year's tragedy in August, when the military moved deeper into Rafah, coming close to a tunnel where Hamas was holding 6 living hostages, among them American Hirsch Goldberg Pollen. And they say this resulted in a decision by Hamas to execute all of them, now remembered by the parents as the beautiful 6. Michael?
And Debora, what do we know about the situation inside Gaza City right now? And do we know how an Israeli takeover would actually work?
Well, Michael, in Gaza, there was stunned disbelief and despair. Netanyahu's plan begins with seizing Gaza City, where hundreds of thousands of Palestinians have been ordered to evacuate. Civilians there say there's nothing left to occupy. They're already dying, 100,000 deaths every day, and that the offensive won't kill Hamas, but women and children. Gaza, you must remember, is still under constant Israeli bombardment, with Palestinians desperate for a ceasefire and also in the grip of a devastating hunger crisis where, despite a little more aid flowing in, is nowhere near enough to stop the starvation. But this plan, which would involve eventually taking over the whole of Gaza and handing over to possibly Arab forces, is something that was not expected and devastating for Gaza.
Debora Patta reporting in Jerusalem. Thank you.